Uh, Ever wonder if a beloved series lost its magic? Dragon Ball Z is a cornerstone of anime, but many fans feel something shifted during the Cell Saga. It wasn't a sudden drop in quality, but a subtle change in storytelling that laid the groundwork for future issues. The Cell Saga is often hailed as the series' peak, a thrilling transition point for the entire franchise. It felt like the culmination of everything built up in the Saiyan and Frieza sagas. But what if that perfection was also the beginning of a slow decline? The introduction of the hyperbolic time chamber during the Cell Saga seemed revolutionary. Imagine being able to train for a year in just one day. It was exciting, and initially it felt like a clever addition of, but it also marked a turning point, a moment where Dragon Ball Z started to take the easy way out. uh, Anime longevity is tough. Keeping a series fresh, well, escalating power levels is a constant challenge. Frieza was already incredibly strong, and topping that felt impossible. Um, Training arcs were the answer, but time was always a constraint. The hyperbolic time chamber arrived as a solution. Uh, it allowed heroes to gain immense power quickly without the need for lengthy training. It seemed perfect, but it also set a dangerous precedent. In Dragon Ball, characters often needed time to grow stronger, and the hyperbolic time chamber bypassed this, allowing Piccolo, for example, with me to become as powerful as needed with a year's worth of experience. Uh, this should have been a warning sign. Villains were becoming too powerful, and the series needed a reset. The hyperbolic time chamber wasn't a sustainable fix. It masked the problem rather than addressing it. It fostered lazy power scaling, ignoring the logistics of such rapid growth. This inconsistency became more pronounced after the hyperbolic time chamber's introduction. Akira Toriyama didn't meticulously plan every plot point. He often made things up as he went along. And this fluidity isn't inherently bad, but it can lead to sloppy storytelling. And conveniently introduced concepts are common in Dragon Ball. But the hyperbolic time chamber felt egregious, specifically designed to give the heroes an unfair advantage. It mirrored the Dragon Balls themselves, with limitations becoming increasingly lax. Why wasn't the hyperbolic time chamber introduced earlier during the fight against King Piccolo or the Saiyans? This oversight is understandable, but the device's subsequent retcons and overuse are less excusable. There were clear rules about how many times the chamber could be used, but Dragon Ball couldn't resist bending them. Goku and Vegeta have used it far more than intended, diminishing its impact, this casual approach conditioned the audience to accept these changes. And the ultimate example is Frieza's recent claim of training for a decade in a time-dilated dimension. It's ridiculous, but possible because of the precedent set by the hyperbolic time chamber. A decade is a massive jump. It wouldn't be as bad if it were a year or two. This sets a dangerous precedent, allowing characters like Boo or Piccolo to gain decades of training at a moment's notice. Dragon Ball is celebrated for its nuanced storytelling, but it's often dismissed as a series of hyperbolic power fantasies. Flashy transformations overshadow the emotional journeys of the characters. And these transformations were powerful because they were the culmination of lengthy arcs. A new form means nothing if it feels unearned. The hyperbolic time chamber skews Dragon Ball's central theme. And this is a franchise that should celebrate the journey, not just the results. Because when a satisfying training arc is condensed into a single day, something is lost. It's like taking a shortcut, and the hyperbolic time chamber is always there when characters need a boost. Shortcuts and quick fixes prioritize spectacle over substance. While Dragon Ball hasn't reached a completely regressive state, the wrong lessons have been learned from the hyperbolic time chamber. So did Dragon Ball Z peak too soon? The Cell Saga might have been the high point, but it also laid the foundation for future inconsistencies. It's a reminder that even the most beloved series can stumble when it prioritizes power over progress. And speaking of power, why did Piccolo always need so much help with his driver's license? With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.